Hello, hello. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever una dey na the world. This na Mohammed Shilon, the try for reach you now from the USA. Co-hosting with me today, na my regular co-host, Mr. Victor Mengot, where the country one are from Surrey, England. And so we get quite a bit of issues that we'll go get for deal with today. Today, na Sunday, August 24th, 2025. It's good for announce the date so we can keep track of for when our audience or for one of the audience, then for when I know the dates, if there's some issue arising from recollection. Also, when I know say we get normally now we deal with only one telephone number, we for call at the WhatsApp number when I 343 997 5828 1-343-997-5828. Now the telephone number down there will for call universally. For where you go, there anywhere you go able to reach we. Then of course the other numbers then we'll find out say they not serve a useful purpose as before. So the number again at 1-343-997-5828. We also get a radio station in Freetown, 91.9 FM. We will be able to reach we, but to be able to do that, we encourage you now for download the mobile VOS mobile app. So you can go to the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store, the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store for download the app, the VOS app for be able to get we na 91.9 FM. If you not download the VOS app, you try for Tune 91.9, you may get an A 91.9, but it might be at the United States. I might be the very state from which almost every state, I'm sure, get 91.9 radio station. So be careful. Don't do it without downloading the app, as I just suggest. When I also notice in the carry we now a variety of platforms. If you go on YouTube, you look on VOS television, you will get we. If you go on Facebook, you look for VOS television, you will get we. If you go on Twitter, with X now, you put VOS television, you go reach we. If you go on VOS TV website, where the internet and the computer, you go, if you do www.vostelevision.com, you go get we. If you go on VOS radio website, www.vosradio.com, you go get we. You know, that then if you go, like I tell you earlier, go na the Apple App Store or the Google Play Store and download your app. Then you will get we on VOS television or for Twitch and the Twitch TV. Twitch TV, but the app more so is for the radio station. All right. Then of course we have the Diaspora Helping Hand, which is a non-profit organization. This is not for help needy students. Then we need where to go school, where to go high school. I don't think you extend to college. We not extend them to college, but picking a way to go primary, high school way, and you do very well. But they now get the opportunity for continued education because their parents do not get the means for keep them going. So this is now for just get us some money and then picking out and go apply. And when they apply, they will get an opportunity for get some type of benefit or scholarship, partial, mostly partial scholarship. What do I mean by partial? We'll not probably give you full scholarship, but we may. It all depends on the decision made as a result of how much funds are available. So you can go on the VOS or the www.vosdiaspora.org. If you can go on the internet and type in www.vosdiaspora.org, you will be able to reach this scholarship fund for be able to help anyone. I would just say no amount is too small, no amount is too large. So this is not for help. Hopefully the future generation and the future, hopefully leaders of the country. So today topic, today's topic will involve a variety of things, but overall, we just want to talk about urban planning, particularly in the Western area, and battle or attempt for create better living condition for the people. And then we'll get the elections, which are the best system for create fairness and access to the ballot booth by all Sierra Leoneans who want to vote in all the elections. Okay, and you can see it's now being recommended that the PR system be used for all the elections. And so those are some of the topics we'll try for cover. So let me turn it over to my co-host, Mr. Victor Mengot, where he go introduce himself. And I also go suggest that he make the announcement of the topics then before we proceed. So, Mr. Mengot, to you, sir.
Can talk to you. And as that famous man can say, "Na mi Creole uncle Salako." They were very, very interactive. And being a viewers, one of the things, and when they talk about do analysis, we they present video evidence them for people and see what analyze them. So we get two-part program today. The first part will how they manage with urban space. Under that program there, we get a famous street called Sani Abacha Street. We're from that street they very in terms of controlling street trading, decongestion, free traffic flow, and all that in there, and also how for transfer people and go now this new Sewa Grounds market. Why rob much pandande? So waiting at the problem. Then we got the other one again where now this demolition where the Sierra Leone Roads Authority where they do, where they say they want clear the right of way because people they don't build and then footpath them, they don't build chaos them. Then they all camp on the planning, lack of planning. So when they broke them, yes, we then look at the process and the procedure for do that, and then we will get public reaction. Then of course another thing we want to talk about now how will they protect particular areas then now we city. And one particular example, now that Aberdeen area, we call it the Aberdeen Creek by that Aberdeen Bridge. That bridge where we know say we been going say in a Creole they say wait now make Aberdeen not get bridge. But we co-host now Aberdeen man, so we be not getting that bridge there. But even though we get in the bridge, but under the bridge, when I did the creek there, people are not going encroach now, waiting at the implication in terms of the ecosystem. Then, of course, the perennial problem of flooding in Sierra Leone. Part 2 on this program, we they continue with waiting the president been talking at parliament, and then they relate to the PR system. But now when they talk about proportional representation, they don't shift the gear. Then they talk about only for elect members of parliament. Then they talk about in how we they run the country. Because following the president's speech, we get the president in wise men, the way they call an advisor them. Then call the political party then together, say they don't get new ideas them. Wait for make them use one big word. Where that word they say meanable color. Then say na co-socialization or waiting.
I hope it's appropriate English because I've never heard that in political science. But hey.
Anyway, they use one big word. Waiting under there about say, okay, they want begin make sure say all regional integration. Then talk about universities there all over the region. Then talk about team for redistricting. Of course, we know waiting and they talk about Freetown and the new proposal for Freetown. And also the Freetown urban and rural area. Then talk about housing, when a major challenge. Then talk about transportation. Then talk about health. But one thing interesting, then they talk about even say some of their ministry, then they forget deputy minister then at the region. So now then thing they don't want to talk about today. So this is not the topic we want to go on. And Lord not wasting our time. Because we say we're not evidence based. We want to start with this Sani Abacha Street thing. And we go start by showing in our video evidence. We get two video, or one video and one picture we want to show. Then we go discuss them. So if we control room can show we illustration one. When a video but how them they try for this Sani Abacha Street. Let's start with that.
Maintaining the free flow of traffic in the central business district has over the years been a huge challenge in Freetown. In recent times, the installation of guardrails in the Sani Abacha and Wilberforce Street has seen great improvement in segregating vehicular traffic from pedestrians.
The ongoing project, which is the installation of guardrails, is in line with one of the Sierra Leone Roads Authority's major objectives, which is safety. We want to ensure that we segregate vehicular traffic from pedestrian traffic. That's a very huge challenge in the central business district. And to us, our utmost concern is the safety of both motorists and of pedestrians.
Although citizens are beginning to appreciate the installation of the rails, they are also pleading with the government to provide a special marketplace for traders that have been displaced to resume their normal business.
Really? The guardrails are good for our safety, but this is where people have been making their living. So, government should make provision for these traders to continue their normal business.
During the monitoring and inspection session by the Sierra Leone Roads Authority, the Office of the National Security, Road Maintenance Fund Administration, and the Ministry of Transport and Aviation revealed that the installation of the guardrails is divided into several phases, adding that the next phase will be implemented at Rodden Street, Garrison Street, Echowa Street, and Salad Ground. SLBC News are Cecilia Sisse.
This is not the of waiting not up to then guardrails now. I will give a brief on this Sani Abacha Street. So let's see the illustration. Because now waiting made me plan 2 years ago and how it is now. The control room to video. Yeah, so now we see say then guardrail here where they been put in Sani Abacha Street. It's been destroyed. Because the reason why they put them here, law make complaint to people them. Now for separate pedestrian traffic, when they walk na the sideways, and the vehicular traffic when they the road. And what happen, Sani Abacha Street na a major road, although it's short, we connect the central business district from the central area for lead towards eastern. Because when you go eastern, now 2 main road you get in the central business district. You either go through Sani Abacha Street or you go through Godrich Street. Although other parts in the way you can go. But so this major streets and a streets we don't get beaucoup problem with street trading. Because under the laws of Sierra Leone, the Road Traffic Act 2007, Section 134, say street trading na crime. And if they cut you, if you go sell na street or place where you know for sale, they can fine you 500 leons, new leons, we have 500,000 old leons, or 12 months imprisonment. So what do we not able to manage with urban space? And people always say government for provide facility for them trader. There's a thought for that. We go show you the next one, but let's discuss about this Sani Abacha Street thing. Because this Sani Abacha Street, not until today, it don't begin. It starts from under the previous government where they get Operation Weed. In fact, it go far back to even the time where Akibo Betts, Alfred Akibo Betts, chairman of the city council. Because that time they will not be get mayoral election. Now chairman will get. Then be even build one bridge by Godrich Street for link Lumley Street to Godrich Street when I like a bypass for going to that Sani Abacha Street. We be the color, we will come eastern with the color Akibo Bridge. So this Sani Abacha Street, the place where you get shops them, where they sell wholesale, but also you get people that when traders them. We get 4 types of traders them who they look now in Sani Abacha Street. You get the one where they sell na the pavement where illegal because they didn't have the shop front. You get the one where they pray na street. You get the one where they work on a street, where they get a megaphone where they talk change medicine, arata medicine, buy you junks. So how do we solve this problem of managing with urban space? Because Sani Abacha Street, that thing where government get money where they do for manage that space there. And I've been part of the World Bank project when the integrated resilient urban mobility project when I through them and provide them barrier then they we would also say they don't broke the barrier there now. They still they sell there. But Lord talk about this first. Over to me co-presenter. They will go show the market where them in say for care then go. Waiting to 30 days then able move them people then they. So we'll show 2 video then. Over to you, sir. Mr. Sheila, you're not audible.
The problem, thank you very much. The problem in Sierra Leone, particularly in the western area, where would you see why would you get retrogression, going backwards instead of going forward? First of all, I think the mentality of the one that would run the country, now there the problem lies. Not to the people wouldn't they try for control as such. Because number one, you reference Akibo Bet when I be chairman for the city during the Stephen era, wouldn't suspend the office of mayor. Okay, so Akibo Bet was an effective chairman without a doubt, and he was a very committed chairman. He tried for improve the condition and cut down on that. Now the first person we know of we engage in active efforts for try for and streamline crowding or overcrowding that Abacha Street day, what they may call, I think that be Kisi Street. Okay, because let we know the history. It become Abacha Street after the war because of the assistance when Nigeria give way for help calm down the war during the presidency of Abacha, Sani Abacha in Nigeria. So we felt it was only good for show some appreciation and gratitude for name the street Abacha Street, but Abikisi Street. Okay, now the problem we will get here under, as way back as the Stevens era, then look at the people and first of all, me not share the way we would look down on with people them. because when they insult the intelligence, they may not have education as some of us have it, but we do know, say, our people and get common sense and are very intelligent people. When Akibo Bets tried for control that area there, during the Stevens era, what happened when they tried for go back to the Whitman term? Because I'm saying this Whitman term because I see Professor Wuri, they talk, but they try for, by implication, blame the colonial system, to which I totally disagree with him, and I would like to debate him on that. Because they talk as if, for say, the colonial system would have left Giwi for 60-some years, part of which, instead of participating, now it is saying that now a problem, which is completely wrong. That is not what our problem is. Our problem is we deviate for the wrong reasons. Had we kept the colonial system and add and improve the system we left for we're not going to get the problem we'll get today. But the very intellectuals, them, for whatever reason, then they discard the colonial system, then they not get anything better for replace them with. So thereby, we engage in the Michael Jackson and sliding shuffle, where they move foot to go forward, but not backward where they go. So now, the Abacha Street problem, when Chairman, what's his name himself, decide for Akibo Bets, decide for clear the street, then go complain to Pashaki. That ten day you get Abdullah Conte, then and that 10 day you get Abu Kamara, and that 10 day you get C.A. Kamara Taylor. You get all, and then that 10 day you get S.I. Kuroma, then say, Akibo Bets, they peak on country people. Well, I don't know why would they even inject politics into the entity. Why they not say it peak on petty traders? We're going to include anyone who's a petty trader, but for sensitize the whole thing and create excitement, they say they peak on country people then because they are mostly the people that would sell at the street. So, and because of that, they say now we're potential voters then that one day. So we therefore allow them for break the law, for break the ordinance, the city ordinance, where outside footpath, you can spread market day, you can walk in the middle of the street and obstruct traffic, just in the name of politics. Just this is how smart we are. So for in the name of politics, we'll let chaos, confusion, reign over civility and order. So this is the principle upon which the APC government proceed then, and has consistently been the policy by succeeding governments, including the current government, who have not made any improvements. Listen, we don't see cities like Lagos. Lagos is 5 times, or let's say moderately speaking, 4 times the city of Lagos. It's 4 times the population of the entire Sierra Leone. As we speak, Lagos, complicated city, wide, complex city, yet then do some improvement in Lagos in areas where then things say it was impossible to do anything in there. And if it can be done in Lagos, it can be done in Freetown. Freetown is nothing compared to, but it takes experts. You forget people who are city or country planners. It doesn't take ministers who get degree in chemistry and physics and English and economics. It takes people who will get expertise in country planning. People who get expertise in city planning. These are the things that will create a problem. Everybody want grandstand because they learn book, because they get diploma on paper. Then they trade on things they wouldn't know very little about. Then as a result, we are all the unintended victims for their bad policies they are. So when they come, they begin to talk, say, Sierra Leone, we get big talk. That's what we're good at. But the deliberacy with which them people they do things, the total disregard of the welfare of the country is annoying. Because first of all, in this day and age, there are people who have expertise in certain areas. We start with them. And they will for hire. When you want to draw up a constitution, you don't only start with a lawyer for a country, you just start with a lawyer who has expertise in constitutional law. You just never just get a lawyer. When you want to appoint a judge, you know they go down Kuto Road or Bay, you go just pick up somebody, one alpha or one alaji or one pastor, because now big time, now well-educated man, he can talk good English, for they can sit as a judge. You get respectable jurists, people who have expertise to some extent in the law. But we want to forget the best of everything by destroying what we have. So this is what the problem is. So Mr. Mengot is the expert, but I can tell you now what the problem is. And then would it discard, would it get rid of things without having tested what we can replace them with? Would they get rid of stuff before we test and see if it can work? Would not even do pilot effort? So you wonder what's the motivation? Just for create space for political cronyism, this now we support them, or are these people that ignorant that the way they go about implementing policies will never ever work? Never. You not go on for build a house, you not draw a plan, you don't even know the size of the land where you want to build a house. You just say, I want to build a house. Then you begin for build what's in kind of your mind. Then when the house begin get all kind of problems, cracks, all kind of things, you begin to say, oh, well, this and that. That's why you get experts. That make you get contractors. That make you get architects. That make you get building engineers. So I do not understand why them Bukumana here, then they skip all them basic requirements here, then they come with them high sounding. So to the point of then get one word now, unless it's a typo, where then spell CONEIOCIATIONAL. Even I don't know how to pronounce it. I am not ashamed of it. So whoever draft that in if you can tell what that mean in political science terms, please do. Because I particularly don't profess that I know everything. So I might have something to learn. So these are some of the things. We will take them one by one. So we'll talk about the Sani Abacha Street. Now, when we talk about the guardrails have been broken or left on the ground, that should never happen. That irresponsibility, gross irresponsibility on the part of the government. Now then go turn around and say, oh, now the people then do it. This is anticipated. We won't decide for put then guardrail then there. It's foreseeable that people who it was going to affect will find way to destroy it. Otherwise, it doesn't make sense for even start the project. So that should have been put into the plan. How do we prevent people from trying to destroy the entire will not say good for the majority? Because very few people. Okay? Then government, that's why you have policymakers. So government should have dealt with that issue there for say, okay, we'll go put CCTV cameras, we'll go put undercover agents, then we'll go to pass a certain people there, but then they watch. We'll go do this, we'll go do that. But when I just go install the thing, knowing full well that there are traders who now feel is their right to just obstruct movements, block traffic in the name of trying to make a living. Society cannot function if everybody would do as they feel. Society not going to function that way. So that's why we have government, not only for make laws, for be able to implement them. And so, number one, when they put in guardrails, then they should have anticipated and foresee that some people, like I saw that happen in Australia a long time ago. There was a time when, under the Stephen era too, when there were no bosses and they put people in, because they can say one man in misfortune, not the fortune for others. So they put up business we are doing, very good business. So what boss come back? So there were a long time, there was an absence of public boss at the country. The put drivers were upset. And they even had to stone the boss them. So we don't see an example of that. So we want to put the guardrails and tell people and say, no, the street wasn't made as footpath for people and for worker. The street now for motorcade and for get access and it's good for we all. And then there were pathways or footways where people and for worker, so they don't make them for sell markets. Then the government for put them foot down and make sure that doesn't happen. Then you ask how. There are many ways. Sierra Leoneans are no different from other people around the world. There are lawlessness everywhere. It's the penalty that you pay for that lawlessness day. Now ain't go slow you down or prevent you from engaging in such conduct. So if then tell people and say, you broke public property, there's a price to be paid. But not just tell them that, put guardrails in place where go make a watch. When we catch 2-3 people, then we set an example. You know, you're not going to go lock them up. Not that the only way. It can affect them money-wise. You know, where you begin find people them. But we're not going to get, and the thing that is so disgraceful, all NTN, what would they say an improvement? Will not even generate enough money on we own. So if European Union or World Bank or other the international groups and the UN now give us something, we're not able to make something as simple as guardrails. So I'm not impressed that the guardrails have been made. The people are breaking it down. People are breaking it down because they're not getting resistance from government. You know, because now lawlessness down there, and there's a price to pay for lawlessness. That's what government is there to protect us against us. You see? So because there are some people who are selfish, where anything will work for them alone. Where you put the speed limit on the street, somebody in a hurry, they don't mind if he put pedestrian or people in the worker and their life in danger, they go speed. Now where police stop them, then charge them like an equivalent of $100 when your income now 500,000, then you get time for pay. Then if you repeat that thing again, you hit them again by that, now that time they go learn a lesson. This is what they do in the Western world now. You go on the highway, you begin speed, they only take you, go lock you up because the government spend money by you. Then what you need to do, they take you to court, they impose fine, they impose cost. If you don't get the money, they still not to lock you up, then give you a period of time for pay. So if you want for the work for government, for the pay of government, then you can continue for break the law. But government will forever get tired for enforce the law way good for the very possible way they try to break them. So let me go back to Mr. Mengot. But that Abacha Street Day,
okay.
that shouldn't be for give up on at all.
Thank you very much, sir. You make one point. We're very clear. We can make clear family know. Because you say some of them tell what they do, or the improvement what they do. Now, funding what they get from either the EU, the World Bank, or other donor partners. And this Sani Abacha Street, a typical example. This project, this guardrail project, are part of the urban planning and urban improvement system will be get under this World Bank project for improved traffic flow, for get better public transport when I bring the worker fine, and also for make the street safe. But the solution where they get, because before that, part of the program, they may look at the street traders and government in fairness to government, then consult with the Indigenous Traders Association And one of the things what I mean say, for clear, then people and they come out, now Sani Abacha Street, and people and for the way they say, waiting for do, they say for care and going to that Sewa Grounds market. Although some of we not agree with the location of that market today, because one, it been there now, the only public space will be get when our Victoria Park will be sabi. Two, a school where if na then country all day, na monumental, na ancient building and history, Cathedral School was demolished, but it starts under the previous government where they build this Sewa Grounds market. And the money where they use for Bila, now through this National Social Security and Insurance Trust money, NASIT, when a contribution where people the way they work, they make towards the future. So government say for investor. So the last government waste time to do this NASIT market. But what thing can happen? When then they do this project for Sani Abacha Street, they say for transfer, then people are going to the market. But this government come, immediate delay, it change everything. Because what in the government did not start before, is still they then say they're not satisfied. So let's get video 3. When I tell we waiting at the government they own, how then come now for make that market day, and then video 4 we go show we the end of the market, and then we'll ask the question why 30 day then markets then they not occupy and they not clear the people there.
The Sewa Grounds market construction project was launched to eradicate street trading in the central business district of Freetown and to host over 2,000 business people. But some issues and regime change affected the work. Also, when the current government took over, a 2018-2019 forensic audit by the audit services for 9 institutions involving NASIT and other processes further stalled the construction for over 2 years.
Thereafter, ACC came in as usual, that's their mandate, and ACC also gave us the space for us to discuss the issue, and we are very happy to the Anti-Corruption Commission. So after Anti-Corruption Commission gave us the fiat for us to move ahead, we now have to check with the Attorney General's office and of course our internal processes. There are rumors that this meeting was completed. It was, you are not in the facility. It's just a shell that was done then. So we did our proposals having in mind a better facility that we'll have for our traders. So the proposal was sent to management and we had the board approval. We are looking at something around $8 to $9 million for us to get it right. You heard the PM having additional facilities, right? Because if we take, for example, the traders along Charlotte Street, Garrison Street, if you ask any one of them, where is the toilet? Where do you keep your wires? You are sitting facing the increment of the weather. You are in an open space. The hazards of the weather is directly stacking at their faces. Look at this facility when it's completed. All of those issues that we are not talking about, we're thinking of the past.
Project manager NASIT Abel Onomake says 27 bids were submitted, which were subjected to technical and financial evaluation. 7 local contractors emerged winners. He noted that the business center has 1,544 open stalls, 76 storage facilities, including a police post, fire force, clinic, among others, to be completed in 4 months. The project is divided into 7 lots, each contractor working on one.
We have lot 1 is Coville Engineering Enterprise. Lot 2 is Timby Enterprises also. Lot 3 is Unique Solutions. Lot 4 is Mobanks. Lot 5 is Tidium. Lot 6 is Interlinks. Lot 7 is Absolute Back. Those are the 7 contractors. Contractors have been encouraged to work at night as well. If they can deploy 24-hour work mechanisms, they will be able to deliver in the 113 days that are left, because we've already lost 1 week, or we've already spent 1 week from the 120 days. In my assessment, it is achievable.
Completion of the Sewa Grounds market is something business people in Freetown, especially women, has been asking for so long. Now that their call has been finally answered, let's take their views.
I'm so happy when they say, because in the south side they say that they can't do something for una the traders there. Well, they sit down there, so because yeah, a big place this. The sufferness is so great. One, the people are not get stores. The people are not get side folk. Even the street society they go catch people in. And they put you there today, tomorrow something container come.
You don't tell where they suffer. This broken bill table because we have a lot of money for any year. Where them in the camp, follow change them panya, and then take them take care. We spend over 1 million something. So if we done they can't come on and we wait, government don't decide with nothing for them can be this market, we feel happy.
Upon completion, it is anticipated that business people will occupy the facility by 1st January 2023. However, the NACID Director General clarified that the multi-million dollars investment is an alternative market facility that is not free, indicating it will be put on affordable rents. Salifu Cherna Kamara, AWeather News.
For make people sell with colat and make the buyer sell no yaba, NACID don't make Sewa Ground market fine one. Inside this new market here, so then get 1,544 open side them for sale. You know go worry again say you go build table and tap people fence or gutter road. Then one way one shop, self go better because NACID gets 277 shop them, we not too big and not too small. Then get 170 shop them, where now for them one way they find big shop small. And self, then get 6 2-in-1 shop them. We big for like them bank, small supermarket, or pharmacy. Then get 121 toilets. We mean say, you know go press and team up na line. After full lie, fire catch bambai, fire first day, standby one inside this market here so. For them one we go one bring kuskas or say one try thief business, NACID put one police post for make all them one way they can sell and the one them safe way they can buy with cold heart. The new Sewa Ground market they cover with shame and make the one way they buy and the one way they self sell get bongo.
Well, now as we say, let we look at the evidence. Family that we don't show enough. Sierra Grounds market, it will not start from the last government. When this government comes in a Sierra, then $8 million for Duam to the final version in Asiso. And how they do them? They say they get 7 different contractors. And the plan now be 100. The target was 2023. They've 5. And 30 days. 5. 30. What's wrong there? For look at how you the project manage them. And that money the way they use. Now people and pension money. The other question, is it the right way for spend with NACID funds them? They will have to think about affordability and convenience. So why we don't build a facility, wait 30 days and occupy it, and then we get street traders them where then they will say them for good at that market day. All around that area they we don't get Charlotte Street, Wilberforce Street, you know. What's wrong now with the system? Why we for still the grapple with them projects here? And not say the same project where they look, on the western side, they don't build other markets in a Lumley. When I for clear the one the way they by that Lumley, when a part of the program, they get a 2-story market, so they don't build a Lumley. Again, now look at alternative. In other countries, they won't know. Private sector, then they build shopping malls. When they talk about markets, go to a different country, then they get shopping malls them. When a private sector, all land they come where a city get a proper structure plan, private and do them. So how they go wrong? From they don't spend, the change where the government change the thing, the contractors the way the same problem. That building if they don't do them, they not occupy, we know it's will happen. It will go to deterioration. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Well, commonly, we know it will be worse than that. People are going to begin to use the building itself all over as toilets because we get a propensity for do that. And then another thing that bother me, where government, I don't understand how government not anticipate that people will do such. Because I look at Abacha Street, even somewhere, the areas in which you get the guard bars them. If you look at the street, very, very dirty. Normally, in most cities, the city council comes in at the end of the day and get now not a person for the sweep street safe. You get motorcar, you get machines them, self-operated machines then sometimes driven, where the sweep streets them. The city council get a lot of responsibility. But like I say, the government are the responsible, not the central government, they are the sole cause of them confusion here. Because of politics, then they inject so much politics into efficiency, into administration, that then they make the process unworkable. Then they pretend like for say, and this talk would all go do consultation, would all do this, would all do that. And then when you take a look at the group assigned with the responsibility of doing the so-called consultation, they not get one expert in the field of what they are consulting about. So these are some of the things I don't understand. Like I say, if you want to plan a city, you forget chartered or city planners or country planners, people who that not their job, not that they learn, not that they get degree in, with experience. I know they say just go university, go land down there, you can give you a contract. But they can get into a company where get reputation for improving a city, and then require that if we get young people them who qualify to be hired from the universities, let them be hired. They're not going for be country planners. They can be technical help of some sort where they go understudy. This is what we do. But when you get a group of political cronies, you put them in a committee for plan how for a setup or change a city. This is what is leading to all this kind of thing. Because we're not serious. Let's put it that way. Because these people, they know better. How if you get a degree in chemistry, you get a degree in physics, you get a degree in economics, how does that qualify you? Or, for being an electricity expert? These are some of the things I don't understand. Instead of, then when they give that position to someone, instead of they hire a team of experts or people like that, where get some expertise, 1 or 2 people are in group, they won't do it themselves. Come up with policies, we could do. And I consistently ask one question. First of all, why do we make change or changes? Would they make them for cosmetic reason? Or they make change because it is necessary? We they make change for, I think just for satisfy political patronage. Let me put it that way there. Because we not make change for make things easy for people. And then they talk about even the traders them. Sometimes people need to educate the traders them. And when they say, well, then displace we. Well, the traders then not begin the right to who side then they go sell na Abacha. So there is no displacement. Now them displace the government. Now them displace the people, the traders, and then displace the people who used to go shop na the area who be get free access for go from one store to the other. You know, they are like poachers. So government need to explain that. So you where they claim now say, oh, we not the displaced people and for pen place for we. It's true to some extent that government for and provide place for una, but that not necessarily you get right for selling at the street or the sidewalk. That's what we made clear. You know, you right no rise to the level of trying to displace the safety and comfort of others. So this is the level to which the people in Docker reach now, when they think say, then get it right. And then the politicians themselves foolishly begin say, now they want to vote for we for make them happy. These people don't know any better. So making them happy, the vast majority of them don't even vote. Okay? And the vast majority of them want to do something constructive, then go benefit from it. So I do not understand why government make laws, then they turn around. Okay, like we see the video just now, where the announcer, they talk about the number of stalls, the number of shops, the number of toilets, but then show me one toilet, then say then get about, I don't forget the number, then talk about fire station.
121 toilets.
Yeah, they say they get 121 toilets, but then show we one, then say we get fire station, they not show we any, then talk about the police, they not show we how strategically they are located, because if you just put a police post, that not would prevent crime. You get to put police on the ground, police on foot, police in the day, police during business hour, police on weekend, police at night. They not tell how the people who they under their market could be safe, and customers and could be safe, and people they not talk. Just foresee the limitation of your mentality. There's this assumption that
nothing saying that we don't know. Just put the blame to me. Now, by the way, we put information out, as rightfully we forget a comprehensive. And deal with all the safeguards, and we hope say they will do that in the future.
Well, see, if we just hope, then they not do them, then the people losses, it's money wasted. So sometimes it's good for announcing in the day, because we know we mentality, we know we propensity, we know what is likely that we may not do and what is unlikely we go do. So some of them, it's reasonable to anticipate some non-performances, So for example, why assume, because again, I don't see anything, me not the city planner or market planner, after all this what they talk about, I don't see how they put parking spaces for motor car. Not to everybody in this day and age, they go shop and then place in there. Buy food. You get people who come overseas, you get some food or live abroad where we get the opportunity for drive motor car, for go down, for go buy stuff, then place, and we would like to go ourselves. So watching at the plan in terms of how many parking spaces do they have? This is what you call sophisticated, improved, and visionary kind of planning. So I may not see all of them in there. I am one Sierra Leonean. Some might take a look at it because, which I don't agree with. People and say, hey, boy, everything when I criticize. Yes, we get it right for criticize, because if we company all the worker by foot, empty foot, then all of a sudden some of the company begin to get bicycle, a motorcycle, and shoes for where go school. Then I complain, but because I still work empty food, people say you complain too much. That is ridiculous. That's nonsensical. That's pure nonsense. We don't reach a certain level. We don't forsake mediocrity, as an appeasement. We don't forsake that. There are certain things to which the people are entitled to now. And I mean to talk about the convenience of the people. People, when we build any public place, we therefore take into account toilet. We can't say it's up to them. No, we therefore make an indoor. We therefore make a modern. This and think about when they go buy ferry, then for buy used ferry. When they go buy bus, then for buy. This is all an insult to people. If we want to make train, if we be third class, what's wrong with we? If we think of ourselves that way, if we not think so, we deserve the best of everything. Why should we be complaining about anything which man fail for do? But for the grace of God, if which man had not been in our life by now, as you know, in fact, I find myself very, very much embarrassed even trying to give which people in this much praise. But why shouldn't I? When I see what you would do to yourself, when I see with leadership, not the dream for a better life. When I feel say with leadership say much has been provided to us just because then give we concrete house, elect them, not put a roof on our for tell God thank you, we get place for sleep. This is how we treat with people. And I am against it. I think say Sierra Leoneans, then standard. I always use as an example. Most of who will go to school at Salon, hardly any of us will brag about going to any school where get air condition. Hardly, if at all. But I do know a certain training school where the Germans they run, now Freetown, the classes they get in Australian picking them to go there, they were air conditioned. And the students were fed twice a day, breakfast and lunch. When the German they run that training school there, I wish I could remember the name, but I get a nephew and a graduate. And I get a cousin and a nephew and a graduate there. And I go, the school was air conditioned. But we young people in the school will be the run. The same time with the German and the white people who feel so too bad. Then go air conditioned rooms. We young people in field say that's too much of a luxury for we black man. So I just get me own problem with some of them people here where they try for. But when they want to live the life, then they are station, then they are sport view. Then they are the best places them. Forget the best view. Then get the latest air condition, the latest of everything. But then they look at the other man and say, you don't even deserve a bathroom for go to the toilet. That is just ridiculous and cruel. So I don't buy that. But to anybody who they say, which are the same criticism, I welcome you. Call the show. Tell me why you feel so, and give me your own viewpoint. So back to you, Mr. Mengot.
Thank you very much. Still continuing. Just for roundup, what you say, what it says now, it look like say we need to look at a clear system of how we plan, manage with city, who is in charge, the relationship between the local government and central government, because now and then road and they can get road reserve for expansion, and also they can get areas and way for do like then cabling them. Who said them for build? Who said them for provide gutter? Drainage system. We see so they get flood in the country because we not get proper drainage system. We sit in our plan. So we remember we been get the first internal affairs minister will be Sudaman when a Tuluva we come with the Okada and Keke where they park in a junction there where they obstruct the road. And also things they do with street garages and all that thing and they. Then now we don't get another internal affairs minister. We're in an ex-policeman. We himself come back with the same thing. And then we get the SLRA where they talk about demolishing buildings. So we can't show video of them building a way that they demolish, and their structures, they this is a different type of traders. The way they build them, kiosks them, where they build them, shops them, where they're not supposed for it, where then they begin clear, and then we'll get public reaction. But before I go that, somebody asked, right, so how about wheelchair access for people with disability and elevators?
Yeah,
for people who are able to use the stairs of step. Very
exactly.
appropriate question.
In fact, that crossed my mind after you started talking. I was going to suggest that, say, why, if they make multiple stories, why, again, this is nowhere in the world, Mr. Mengot, I think I know in the United States, if they go build a market on multiple levels, the first thing they go begin with now the elevators or the lifts. So, but we think, say, that's too much of a luxury for people. We're not doing the planning. Then
now give me planning act.
The wheelchair.
Let me give you my planning. Yeah. Let me use my own planning knowledge because I'm a qualified urban planner. We don't work in England and look at where they apply for planning permission for building. You get building inspection. We will not get, because you forget people them where before you do that building day, you forget people them where they can inspect the building, look at the materials the way they use, things then to do with accessibility, things for do with fire services, if actually the kind of materials where they use for build. So now all that, and some of them things in most countries were known as local government they do them. So now with structure and with systems, now is the problem. So now that's not the issue. How do we get so many people there, so many agencies the way they create, but somebody else they say the mindset of average Sierra Leonean is so myopic that we don't know what is called patriotism and nationalism by misusing public properties. Exactly, I know comment on that. But let me play for time. Let's play this other video where they deal with this operation when they clear. They road them and junction them of buildings them and then thing and day. But before they road them and junction them of buildings them and then thing and day.